Truer words have never been spoken, Natalie. Truer words have never been spoken from Glenn Doc Rivers when he says, no one is safe in our business. His business is the coaching business. Well, I would say that's his profession. That's what That's what he's writing on his tax documents.
Right.
For 2000, at the end of 2023, he'll say, yeah, I'm in the coaching profession. I don't know if he'll have a job at the end of 2023 because he lost his job today with the Philadelphia 76ers. They moved on from Doc Rivers after 3 straight years, Natalie, 3 straight years of being in the Eastern Conference semifinals and not getting out. 2 really gut-wrenching Game 7 losses. They lost in 6 to Miami last year. But the year before that, that was the Ben Simmons Game 7 loss to Atlanta.
Yeah.
This year, we just saw it, the Jason Tatum, 51 points. This is my game against the Celtics.
That's your favorite part, huh?
Yeah. That's my favorite part. I tell you, another favorite part of mine for that, Jason Tatum, just reading this list was so much fun. So he had that one. This is my ish. He had what? After one of them, he's like, what?
Yeah.
My favorite one was a very innocent, very childlike, oh my God, after he made one of the threes. He's like, oh my God. He was having a good time. I'm tearing up my equipment here.
Yeah. Just if we're just talking about Jason Tatum really quickly, my favorite thing was the precursor to the game, the humbly speaking, I'm one of the greatest players in the world, or best players in the world.
Humbly.
Loved it, because he doesn't normally speak like that, so I was like,
he really doesn't.
that's right. Go ahead, Jason. I was so amped.
Yeah, I think he was talking to somebody. I think he was talking to, because NBA players, they talk to each other all the time. If you saw after Game 6, Tatum, we'll talk about Philadelphia in a second and Doc Rivers. So we're not going to lose our place. Welcome to Brother from Another. This is what we do. We roll, we talk.
Yeah.
We just having a conversation. Thanks for listening on Sirius XM Channel 85, watching on Peacock TV or the Peacock app, which is free. Download that thing and just watch the show for free. Why wouldn't you? Anyway, after Game 6, we had that great fourth quarter. You see the cameras follow him, and Donovan Mitchell was there in Philly. And Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell just start chopping it up, and then he goes on to do his interviews. I think NBA players are having conversations all the time about what they like and what they don't like. And somebody probably told them, probably hyped them up. Come on, bruh. It's Game 7. You one of the best in the world, man. Come on. Come on. Win this series. But look, tell me, what are your impressions when you learned today, this afternoon, that Doc Rivers was fired from the Sixers? What did you think?
I mean, I don't think any of us were surprised. I wasn't surprised. It's unfortunate because I'm not saying like I'm happy about it. I think it was the right thing, but you never really like to see someone losing their job. But it's probably time. I think what happens with Doc is going to be really interesting because he's a coach even before he landed here, as our friend Dr. Jason Johnson has come on and stated, and as we've talked about Doc Rivers before, he's one of the coaches that has been able to stick around, and you can argue has probably underachieved in most of his roles. And I'm not going to say his coaching, positions. And I mean, even when he was in the front office at the Clippers, that eventually didn't work out for him. And so. And I think for a lot of us, we look and we say it's sort of odd because he's a black man, and he's been able. We don't usually have that privilege, and so we just don't. So it's like
tell the truth, Natalie. Tell the truth. You're speaking truth.
So it's like I'm not gonna say. Obviously, there's something. He's won a championship before that cannot be taken away from him, and I'm not here to say that Doc Rivers is an incompetent coach, but in terms of wanting results and getting what you're looking for, and we can often look and say there are times that, like a Monty Williams, that termination doesn't make any sense, right? And I'm sure we'll talk about that in a little bit. But with Doc Rivers, we have multiple examples now of him having different groups and them underachieving, and you can look and question some of his coaching decisions, you know? The same thing for Bud, by the way, who was also terminated, even though he recently won a championship. So, you know, I'm looking at these changes, and it's easy, especially when people look at, like, if they were teams that recently just won, and they say, well, oh my God, these teams just had all this success. Why are they terminating their coach? And sometimes, like I say, the process is flawed, even though you get good results.
Yeah.
And so outside of Monty, honestly, most of these coaching terminations make sense to me, and I support them.
Look at the stat, though.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Look at
right?
the stat. Most regular season wins the last 3 seasons, and they all moved on from their head coaches. Suns 1, Bucks 2, and Sixers 3.
Yeah.
And all of them are looking for a coach. I would say this, Natalie, and I'm just talking about a long time ago. This is not me talking about my life right now. I'm just talking about a long time ago. Long time ago. I just want to make that clear. Long time ago. I just say breakups are hard. Breakups are hard, and you know you've done the right thing with the breakup when you end it and you feel, I mean, it's a little bit of sadness because it's something that you wanted, something you invested in, didn't work out. But you feel liberated. When it's over, you feel better. It's like a weight lifted. And I just want to know from Philadelphia fans out there, 'cause I'm going to tell you the answers. I'm going to tell you how you feel.
We know the answer for that, yes.
I'm going to answer it for you. Do you feel better now with Doc Rivers gone? And if you do, you're missing the point. You haven't learned from your previous relationships. If you feel better that Doc Rivers is gone, okay, that's not it. Is Questlove happy now? Is Questlove happy? I see, man. Is Kevin Hart happy? Y'all ain't happy. Look, Doc Rivers is gone. 3 years, no conference final appearances. He's got to move on. But think about it in Philadelphia. And I'm not even a Philadelphia fan. I can just do it off the top of my head. Think about all the people that you blamed during the evolution or de-evolution of the process. So Sam Hinkie was the guy. He was a good guy until he wasn't.
Right.
So blame Sam Hinkie. Blame Sam Hinkie. Blame Brian Colangelo. Blame Ben Simmons. Blame Markelle Fultz for not working out. Blame Jimmy Butler for leaving. Blame Jahlil Okafor. I don't know. I mean, there's so many names. There have been so many names in Philadelphia lore of, oh, it's his fault. Or if he had done this or he had done that. Bottom line is, no coach can save Philadelphia. No coach can save you. You bring in Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse ain't going to save you. Mike Budenholzer ain't gonna save you. Monty ain't gonna save you. I was talking to a guy last night. He was like, hey, why not Jay Wright? Jay Wright? Jay Wright is chilling in his beautifully tailored suits, coming off of a couple of championships in Villanova. He ain't going to Philly. That's bad for his reputation. He ain't going to the Sixers. The Sixers? I mean, it's good for the bottom line. It's good for the paycheck. But what can Jay Wright do that's going to turn around these guys? See, their problem is they got the wrong guys. They got a great MVP, but they brought in James Harden. What do you expect? Daryl Morey had 8 years in Houston with James Harden?
Wow.
And then you have 2 more in Philly with James Harden. Yeah, that ain't it. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.